Good afternoon, Wagwan, and hello. The Euros are, as you're watching this, about to start. It might have even 20 minutes from kickoff. So I thought I'd introduce some black man timing to the YouTube scene here, because we are going through our Euro 2024 predictions again about 35 seconds before the tournament gets underway. We're going to be testing the ball knowledge, all right, today to work out who is going to be the success, the biggest underachiever, even the dark horses of this tournament. Now, we're coming off the back of the World Cup of 2022, all right, which was absolute chaos from start to finish. So I'm going to have to include some of that carnage in my predictions. We're on the Telegraph's website here doing a Euro 2024 predictor. If you want to do this yourself, there's a link in the description below. It includes obviously all of the group stages and, you know, who's going to finish first, second, third, or fourth, who is going to qualify automatically and through the third place rankings, and then obviously all of the knockout stages too. 7,000 likes on this video and your nation will win the Euros, whether you qualified for it or not. If you're watching this video from Equatorial Guinea right now, you will win the Euros if you like this content. Your Unsu will, he was Spanish, wasn't he? He played one game for Spain, so he might qualify. We're gonna get in, but no more niche jokes. Let's get amongst it. We start with Group A, okay, where we've got Germany, Scotland, Hungary, and Switzerland. Obviously, the home nation, the host nation in Germany, have got to be favourites realistically to qualify here. They've had a pretty shocking time of things. For a while, actually. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. They seem to be allergic to winning things at the moment, but they've got a good squad. I'm not gonna lie, their midfield options are disgusting. Jamal Musiala, yes, not too late to just transfer to England on like a undisclosed fee. They got him. They got Florian Wirtz. They got Toni Kroos, obviously still Champions League winner. İlkay Gundogan, does he even start, bro? That's insane. They might have one of the strongest midfields like in the entire tournament. Then we've got Scotland, who have got one of the most affluent goal scorers in all of qualifying, Scott McTominay. Honestly, this guy, McMuffin over here, yeah, has been on a mad one. 7 goals. Just play him up front. It'll actually work. The only thing is, I saw Andy Robertson got injured in training. I don't know whether he's like actually out for a bit, but he limped off in training. If he's actually going to be out, that's obviously going to be quite a bit of a problem. It is mad when you would rather play McTominay up front than the rest of the striking options that you have. Then we've got Hungary as well with a couple decent players like Dominik Szoboszlai, Peter Gulashi, that Kirkej left back guy that plays for Bournemouth, and then Switzerland, who feel like they should be a bit of a dark horse if they weren't like so average in qualifying and just average all the time. Switzerland feel like they spawn in just like every tournament without you ever realizing they made it. Xherdan Shaqiri and his colossal calves just appear on the scene and you didn't even know they were going to get there. They weren't massively convincing in qualifying. Don't know what their management is saying. They've got a decent team though. You know, they've got the usual pretenders like Granit Xhaka, Jan Sommer, Fabian Schär, Manuel Akanji, obviously very solid. They've got a lot of defensive options, even an attack. Breel Embolo. Shaqiri is still there somehow. So on paper, it's a well-balanced team, but it just never seems to really translate. Yeah, so Germany, I'm going to go with top. I'm going to go with Hungary did win their group. I'm going to go Hungary second. Hungary won their qualifying group and have performed relatively well, like especially against like bigger sides in recent tournaments as well. So I'm going to go with them second. I'm going to go with a cheeky Scotland third and then Switzerland in fourth. Obviously, Scotland could still qualify there in terms of the best third place teams, but we'll decide that in a second. Then we've got Group B. Listen, look, Albania, you're winning it, guys. I'm not gonna... No, Albania is class. I love the idea of Albania qualifying for the Euros. They are done, mate. Spain, Croatia, and Italy. How did those 3 teams even get in the same group? Spain, obviously, will start off with their centre-back options aren't the craziest. I like their wing-back options. The likes of Grimaldo. There's obviously like Marc Cucurella chilling in there. Central midfielders for Days, Rodri, Pedri, Fabian Ruiz. Forwards as well that have been good this season, like Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams, exciting ones as well. But then they're like number 9s. It's the same story. Morata will probably start. Joselu's been okay this season at times. Croatia, old as hell. Average age, 47 across the midfield. Ivan Perisic is old enough to be a pundit at this point. Same for Modric, same for Brozovic. Old team, but always underestimated. Likes of Joško Gvardiol as well in this team. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them do well. Italy as well as the 3rd seed in this group. Yeah, Albania are finished, fam. Goalkeeping landing spot's a bit of a mad one because I've said for time, yeah, I've said for the longest amount of time, Gianluigi Donnarumma is a fraud. Great name. He was 23 for about 6 years in a row. He has no command of his area whatsoever. I don't rate him. And Vicario obviously is another option there too. It will be Donnarumma probably, but you've also got the likes of Bastoni, Fratesi, Pellegrini, Barella, Chiesa. Lots of options. Not crazy options as like strikers. I think that's what's going to let them and potentially Spain down as well in this tournament. But the reigning Euros champions didn't qualify for the World Cup. But look, Albania, time in the sun was great. You're finishing fourth. I'm really sorry about that one. I think I'm going to go for Spain, top of Group B. I think we'll go for Italy second, and then Croatia third. I always get grilled in the comment section of these because I always underestimate Croatia. And then they go and like come second in the whole tournament, even though the average age of the squad's like 58. Luka Modric was there, like Old Testament times, and somehow they will pull it off. But I think they'll get through as probably like the best third place team. Group C. If we don't win this group, right, this is where the genesis of its coming home starts. This is stage one. Forget about the fact we lost to a supermarket midweek. Doesn't matter, all right? I believe in England. I believe in Southgate to make it to the round of 16. Obviously, you've got the likes of Jude Bellingham, right? You've got Declan Rice, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka, the talisman that is Harry Kane. There are crazy options in this team. There's crazy footballers all over the gaff, left, right, and center. So I do believe we're going to win this. Obviously, top of our qualifying group above Italy, like a decent Italy side. Then you've got, it's just a free-for-all after that, man. Serbia finished behind Hungary in their group. They've got good attackers like Jovic, Mitrovic, like Vlahovic. Obviously, Dusan Vlahovic will probably start. Denmark as well with decent players as well, but underachieved in recent. I thought they were going to be a dark horse at the last Euros and then just, wait, was it the last Euros or the last World Cup? They flopped at a tournament recently. I think it was the last World Cup. Even though they've got a decent side, they've got good players like Christian Eriksen, like Marla, and then Slovenia in this group as well. So they've got Jan Oblak in goal, so they ain't conceding a goal. And they've got Seško up front, random Slovenian men, they're just NPCs in between those two people. I don't think they're getting out of the group. You know what? I'm going to go with Serbia second, you know. Denmark third, underachievers again, and then Slovenia bottom. Group D is a bit of a free-for-all as well, you know. Flipping heck. Netherlands, France, Austria, and Poland. Right, France, one of the favorites for the entire tournament, okay, like in terms of winning everything. The Netherlands should be. They've got a good side as well. They've got Van Dijk. Their defensive options are insane, like even beyond Van Dijk. They've got Van der Veen, De Ligt, then into midfield you got like Frenkie de Jong, an old Gini Wijnaldum. Up front you got Gakpo, Depay, not terrible options. They just start scrapping each other mid-tournament every time though. So like Van der Veen and Depay will just start punching each other at some point during training, and then they'll go out in the quarterfinals. They should easily make it through. Austria, again, another team that just doesn't even qualify for the tournament. They just happen to get a flight at the same time as the tournament starts and then end up in the country. And then Poland as well. Usual protagonists. Got Lewandowski for them, Szczesny, but again, age inside. So I'm gonna go France top of the group. Gonna go Netherlands second. I feel like I'm being very boring so far. There's no surprises yet. I've got to bring out a surprise somewhere because that's what happens in international football, you know. It's really unpredictable. I'm gonna go with Poland third, sorry, and Austria fourth. I think Polish people might even be surprised with that one given the squad, but sometimes you just gotta do things for no reason in these sorts of predictions. Group E. All right, Belgians, if you're watching this video, okay, if you do not make it out of this group, you're not invited to any more international tournaments after this. Not a single one, okay? You've already flopped the entire golden generation. When Modric was there for the Old Testament, Jan Vertonghen was there. I don't even know what team Jan Vertonghen plays for anymore, and he's still in the Belgium squad. These lot ain't made a defender in about 6 years. It's absolutely insane, but they will probably still win the group. They were great in qualifying, even obviously it was over the last sort of like 2 years or 18 months. They were good in qualifying. Lukaku, top scorer in qualifying by a mile, scored 14 goals overall. So I think himself, Kevin De Bruyne, of course, people like Yuri Tielemans and stuff, Jeremy Doku again in this side as well as like a bit more of a newer addition. Yeah, I think they will still win the group, even though I don't think anyone from this group's making it past like the quarterfinals, genuinely. Then we've got Slovakia. Genuinely, name someone from Slovakia right now. Not even a footballer, just any person in history. You can't do it. Milan Skriniar is the only guy. Like, he centre back obviously from PSG. It's just him. It's just him and his mates. They've just gone to a bar. They've got together. They've said, you know what? Let's compete, guys. And it's not looking good. Romania as well. Shout out Romania. They've got their own FTW section. That's about it. That's pretty much all I can bring to the table here. Chaos, and that's all they've got. And then we've got Ukraine as well, who, to be fair, have got some decent ballers as well. You've got like a decent defense that you can actually make out of Ukrainian players. Obviously, Lunin in goal. You've got Zinchenko. You've got the Don who plays for Zabarzi, who plays for Bournemouth. No, Zabarny. Sorry, I've absolutely butchered his pronunciation. And Mikalenko as well. And then further forward, you've got Mikhailo Mudryk, obviously. The two guys from Girona that have slapped it this season in La Liga, Zigankov. And then the striker as well, Dovbyk. So I think Ukraine finished second in this group. I think they'd be pretty disappointed if they don't, because they've actually got players that have been in good form, like domestically during the season. And then, you know what? Just purely for the FTW segment, Romania can finish third. You guys, then Slovakia. And then finally, we got Group F, which there's some crazy groups in this tournament. I kind of like the fact they've actually expanded it, because you've got like Georgia. That's a human. That's not a country. We've got them in this group. We've got Turkey. We've got Portugal, the Czech Republic or Czechia. Okay, I'm not even going to debate. Portugal are winning this group realistically. Some people, I've given the game away. Some people are going to be hate watching Cristiano Ronaldo for this tournament. I don't think I'll be one of them. That would actually be kind of a cool end to the career. But the problem is they've got Roberto Martinez as manager, so they actually legally can't win the tournament. You got the likes of Cancelo, Bernardo Silva, Joao Felix. They've actually got like a lot, like genuinely a lot of good footballers. If they had like competent coaching, they're going far, but they don't. So it's game over. But they will probably win this group. Turkey, who every single person in this country called the dark horse at the last Euros, only for them to be the worst team. The darkest horse of them all, I suppose you could argue. But they're the second best team, like quality-wise, in this group. Georgia, to be fair, people are sleeping on. They got a couple decent players. Kvaratskhelia. The goalkeeper's pretty good for Valencia as well. So there's options. This is a free. Should I just put... Oh, fuck it. I'm putting Georgia for vibes. It's that point in the video. I've been recording for over 15 minutes. The ADHD's kicked in now. I'm just doing things for vibes. So I think Georgia in second. We'll go for the Czech Republic, and yeah, Turkey is stinking it up again. I'm sorry, lads. Obviously, 6 teams that finish third in the groups, because there's 6 groups overall. So the top 2 of those end up qualifying anyway. So based on points, if you finish on like 6 points, for example, you finish third somehow, then you'll go through probably as the best third place team, right? We've got Croatia. I've already slapped them in. I'm gonna say it right now. I think whoever comes third in that group will be qualifying in my eyes, just because of how good the quality level is. Then we've got what? Scotland, Denmark, Poland, Romania. It's not gonna be Romania or the Czech Republic. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry to burst the bubble. I'm gonna please the Scottish audience. Fuck the feds. Well, let's go for... Nah, actually, no, because there's... Oh, wait. Hang on a second. What, you got third as well? Hold on a second. Is it the top 4 teams that go through? Right, okay. Hang on. Let's just pause for a second. Let's go Denmark, then Poland, then Czech Republic and Romania. Who goes through? Oh, 4 of them make it. Oh, say less. All right, cool. Don't worry. Pretend I didn't know the structure of Euro 2024 there, guys. We'll just edit it. Take it out of the... All right, round of 16 stage. That leaves us with Germany versus Serbia. We've got a battle of the red, white, and green for Hungary and Italy. Spain versus Scotland. England v Poland. Portugal, Denmark. Netherlands v Ukraine. Belgium, Croatia. That's a big one. And then France versus Georgia. Georgia? I'm so sorry. Let's start with game number 1. Right, Germany versus Serbia. Serbia didn't even win their qualifying group, and it wasn't even a very difficult qualifying group. The team's all right. 10% of the team is Milinkovic-Savic brothers. Other than that, though, the quality level isn't absolutely insane, so I would be surprised if they could even like lay a glove on Germany. So we're gonna go Germany there, knocking out Serbia and making it to the final 8 at their home tournament. Then we've got Italy versus Hungary. Now Hungary have brought up some surprises in the last couple of tournaments, I'm not gonna lie. However, they're not doing it here. If there was any big team they could beat, I think it probably would be Italy, but I still think Italy just have more power, firepower really. If Hungary win this, then fair play, but it's not one of those things that you can actually predict, because it just wouldn't make sense for it to happen. But it's an international tournament, so you never know. So we'll say Italy going through. Spain versus Scotland. Scottish audience, you had a good run, guys. I'm really sorry. Shout out anyone that's watching from Glasgow or Edinburgh or any of the other places from Scotland. It's probably Calas for you guys here. Spain have genuinely got a really good squad, like a younger squad, a younger side. Obviously no Gavi as well, because he's still out injured, but especially if Robertson is potentially injured or he's only coming back or he's going to be low on fitness or whatever, Spain obviously have this. We've got got England versus Poland, the Visa Derby. All right, now this is a tough one. This is it's not England. We're bringing it home. I told you already from the start. Portugal versus Denmark, again, it should be like one-sided. It should be Portugal, so we're gonna go with them there. Shout out Christian Eriksen. Please don't scare us again at this tournament. That would be sound. Then Netherlands versus Ukraine for a place in the quarterfinals. I'm probably gonna go with the Netherlands here again, even though they'll be like starting to scrap at this point. The first, like, people are like indirecting each other on Twitter or in the WhatsApp group chat at this point, but it's not fully fallen apart yet. Belgium v Croatia is genuinely a tough one, you know, because Belgium, again, another side where the players can't go out to dinner together. Kevin De Bruyne hates Thibaut Courtois, and I think Vertonghen and Alderweireld, like, they're all beefing each other. So I think, fuck it, fuck the feds. I'm saying Croatia. I'm saying Croatia go through to the quarterfinals, not Belgium out, end of the golden generation. You deserved it. You should have utilized it when you had the chance, when everyone wasn't 50. And then France versus Georgia. Georgia, shout out yourself, whether you're a person watching that's called Georgia or the country itself, but France have got to win there. Which leaves us with oh my God, why have I done this to myself? Look at this set of quarterfinals. That's not possible to predict. It's been a good video, guys. Like and subscribe. Oh, this is horror. This is absolute horror. See, this is why you don't predict it based on the team that's actually, like, logically gonna go through, because then you end up with this as a quarterfinal set. That is, can I just say, by the way, if this is the set of quarterfinals that we actually end up with, I'm not leaving the pub once. I will be drunk the entire time, the entire week of quarterfinals. We will be there. So first of all, we've got Germany versus Spain. This is tough. Jesus Christ. Germany obviously host nation. As I said, defensively, I think really strong. Goalkeeping options they've got are absolutely wild. The midfield options they have, I think, are the best of the entire tournament. I know England have got like Bellingham and Rice, but like outside of that, Mainu's like a little bit too young. Gallagher's all right. But the German centre mid options are absolutely mad. Even better than Spain's, who I said were good as well. It's going to be Germany, man. Host nation advantage. But that's going to be close. That's going penalties. If that happens in the actual tournament, that's like 8-7 on penalties in the shootout. They might just call it a draw. They'll just send both teams through. Portugal versus the Netherlands. Oof, that's a good one as well, you know. This is I like this. I'm not really providing enough surprises, I feel like, during this, you know? Like, there's definitely going to be a surprise during this stage that I've just, like, completely sacked off. Like, Hungary will beat Italy out of nowhere, or Denmark will beat Portugal. We're going to go with, see, the Dutch team, they're having physical altercations at this point during there's no way you can tell me the Dutch side, someone hasn't been punched by this far into the tournament. 3 weeks in, do you think they're not having a scrap? Impossible. This is going to be, I'm going to go with Portugal, you know. That Portugal side, I really like. It's very well balanced. They've got a lot of quality and like a little bit of depth actually in like every single area. Maybe goalkeepers is like the one part of the side I would question a little bit. Otherwise, I'd make them like one of the favorites. We're going to go with Portugal. Croatia versus France, rematch of the World Cup. I can't even remember which tournament it was. Which tournament was it where these two played in the final? It wasn't the World Cup, was it? It was the Euros. Am I bugging? It was the World Cup of oh my God, it was the World Cup of 2018. Wow, that was a long time ago. It was the World Cup of 2018. It's going to be France. It's Croatia. I know you were looking for a little bit of a redemption arc there, but this side is just even more so than the last tournament. This side is aging. Like, ultimately, it's not going to be able to stand up to France's. And then England versus Italy. Talking of grudge matches, serious rematch here. Revenge settings for Euro 2020 finale. There's no Chiellini to pull back Bukayo Saka, but there is still Bukayo Saka to miss a penalty. But I think that the side that we have now, it's far more into its prime, obviously, than it was then. We were a little bit early on the scene with the likes of Saka, with the likes of Foden, and obviously Bellingham as well. Bellingham slapping Declan Rice. I think the midfield battle will be crucial here, and I would back us to win it. And again, Italy don't really have like a marksman going forward as well. Scamacca's been sick for Atalanta this season, but it's still like not enough to make you think that they're going to be like serious contenders. So blind patriotism is going to get the better of me. It is coming home, man. We're playing France next, yeah. It might be game over, lads. So like Drake in his back garden, this brings us to the semis. Now, this is a tough setup, I'm not gonna lie. We've got Germany versus Portugal, and we've got France versus England, okay? France, obviously, who knocked us out of the World Cup, yeah, in pretty devastating fashion. You know, Harry Kane missing a penalty, blazing it over the crossbar. We've got Germany here, who've been so bad in tournaments recently, but the side they've built now is very solid. I say built like it's like they've signed the players. Nah, it's just the birth certificates. And then Portugal, who have a very solid side, but Roberto Martinez, I can't get over this. He is still their manager. A man who used to be in charge of Ben Watson and at Wigan Athletic could be about to take Ronaldo to the Euros. Except he's not going to, because I've got to back Germany here. I'm sorry. Like I know there's England, there's Anglo-German rivalry or whatever, but this Germany team is genuinely, I really rate it. I just feel like people are going to underestimate Germany. They've got good management anyway, and they've got a good young side. They've kind of filtered out a lot of the guys that were kind of like not causing problems, but were like having problems at international tournaments before. People like Florian Wirtz, like Jamal Musiala have come in, who have had unbelievable seasons and rises. So I would back them honestly to get the better of Portugal. And then it's France versus England, man. Oh my days. I'm a simple English, also Nigerian man, and I would love to see England. You know, I would love to see Jude Bellingham and co do the business. But there's also France. Like, the thing is, because our centre-back options aren't great, especially with Harry Maguire now out injured as well. We're basically just relying on John Stones. We didn't even take Branthwaite as well. France's defence is not that great. Like, definitely not as good as it has been in recent years. But they've still got William Saliba, who's just crazy. Oh, man. It's France. It just is, isn't it? It just is. We're good. We're so good. But I really don't think our centre-back options are up to scratch. I think if we're going to beat France, it's going to be like a bit of a backs against the wall. Like, we got a little bit lucky. But I think on the balance of play, France still have a better squad than we do at this point. It would be one of those where they have more chances than us by like a decent amount and we win 2-1, right? The thing is, we were so close to them at the World Cup, right? We didn't get battered or anything. We could have won that game. Could have taken it to extra time if Kane scores the penalty, right? It's fine margins, but this France team's so good, man. Saliba's there now. He wasn't even there before. You got Camavinga, Chouameni, obviously Kylian Mbappe's just is the best footballer in the world. So it's gonna be tough. Even like Mike Maignan in goal is just better than Jordan Pickford, if we're being real. Like on paper across the team, it just is a better squad, which leaves us with Germany versus France. And to be honest with you, this is an Englishman's nightmare. Can both teams lose sort of situation. Germany versus France, this is tough. Both sensational teams, very well balanced teams. Throughout this, okay, I've been very sort of like, I've not really gone against the grain, okay? I've kind of picked the sides based on like logic, all right? Who's done well in qualifying? Who's got a good side? Boom, just run through like that. Not really gone with too many surprises, and that's why I'm going with Germany, mate. Fuck it. Honestly, yeah. You know what? 14% of people said Germany. That'll do me, mate. You know what I've actually just realized? I've just picked a team there that had a poll based on the fact that there were too many black players in the team. I've set our people back like 180 years. But it was in the interest of footballing integrity, so it doesn't matter. Germany, I think I'm predicting, honestly, with that run to the final, to actually win Euro 2024 as the host nation, obviously, beating France in the final. The likes of England and obviously Portugal, they're making it to the semi-finals as well. This is tough though. Euros are so hard because there's so many good teams. I feel like it's even harder sometimes to predict the Euros than the World Cup for some reason. There's so many good teams. That's obviously how the group stages are going to play out, in my opinion. That's how the third place ranking is going. But the round of 16 here as well and the rest of the knockouts. Let me know what you think about my prediction down in the comment section below. And obviously let me know, who are you thinking is going to be victorious in Euro 2024? I cannot wait to be proven wrong 4 days into the tournament when Georgia win their whole group or something ridiculous, because international football makes no sense. But either way, if you did enjoy, make sure to slap a like on the video and of course subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @theofficialfng on Insta, Twitter and on TikTok. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.